Hello and welcome to Pantheon of Geeks. This is an unboxing video for the Adeptus Mechanicus Kataphon Battle Servitors. Here we are. Shiny, shiny. You can see the lights on that. And there is the back of the box. There it is. The other variants, they're the breeches, aren't they? Not the breeches, they're the other ones. So,
Destroyers.
Destroyers. Right, I don't know why I said it like that either. Let's open this up. It's a bit less shiny now, not completely. Okay, so sprues, let's see what we got. Oh. So there's the big bases. 3 of them, I hope. Yep.
Must be on there, yeah.
Constructions, again in black and white.
Oh.
I was spoiled by that Titan.
Yeah. Not Titan, you wish.
Night Titan. I keep saying that. It is Night Titan though. There's one sprue with the gears and everything on that. Those tracks look amazing.
They look
I really like them. They're cool. And all the other stuff. So take it as one on each. By the looks of it.
That would make sense.
Yep. Are they all identical sprues? Not quite identical. There's a lot of similar stuff on, but they're not identical.
Oh no, that makes me wonder that they're all over the place.
Well, that's a good thing though. It means we've got more options then, haven't we?
It's alright for you.
They're not just copies of each other.
It's me that has to cut everything off.
Let's check. Yeah, all 3 of them are slightly different. They're on the same places though. Just notice that bit there, for example. It's different in all 3.
Yeah.
So they must be different in some ways at least. So here we go. These guys. This is last week's White Dwarf. There we go. That's them. That's what we're doing. And we have breachers or destroyers. Now, everyone I've spoken to is going to build the destroyers with the grav guns, which is a cool option. Grav guns are cool. They're new. The other option with them is the plasma culverins. Now I hate plasma weapons because I don't like blowing up my own troops. Unless I'm playing Skaven, that's fine. Or unless I'm playing a race I expect to blow up. That's great then, I like the fun. But with Space Marines and expensive models, these are what, 165 points for 3. I don't really want to blow myself up. That said, I did notice in this week's White Dwarf there is a formation that all these can go into, and that formation will negate the Gets Hot rule for any plasma weapons you've got. So, on balance, if you're going to put them in that formation, the plasma weapons will lose their biggest disadvantage for me. So it's tempting, it's very tempting. However, I've been giving these guys a good look over, the breachers. They've got better armour, which is cool. They come with arc guns, which is awesome. Because I like the arc weaponry, it's cool. And I am very, very I don't know which way to go on this. Breachers or destroyers.
Ooh.
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 So, on reflection, what we'll do, we'll get started and we'll see where they go in the book. I've made a small magnets unfortunately, so magnetising might be a bit of an issue. But we'll see what happens and see how I feel as we go along. Because we've got 1 to 8 for the destroyers and 1 to 4 for the breaches, then going to 9 to 12 in the instructions. So we'll get up to 4 and we'll see what we feel like. Alright, so let's begin. Okay, so the first part of this is 2 and 3, which is the track and sort of the top part of the base unit. So let's get those bits off, and then we're going to be moving on to part B, which is part 13 and 13, which are little, like those hook things that you have for putting chains on so they can be dragged along, like tow bar kind of thing almost. And the front part of this assembly, which will bring us to here, where we've got this bit. So let's get these together, see what they're like. This is part 2. So there is part 2 in a bit closer view. These tracks are awesome. That Adeptus Mechanicus symbol is going to come off when I convert it, but for now we'll just leave it on. be needing that. So what are your thoughts, Claire, on these so far, making the sprues?
The sprues?
Yeah.
Yeah, they look quite interesting actually. The whole model is quite interesting. Very weird.
Yeah.
In a way, it's kind of like, I can see what they're going for, like Mechanicus and stuff like that, and it does shout to me Mechanicus because it's like cyborg-esque.
Yeah. This is kind of what I expected from the Mechanicus range.
Yeah.
I mean, back in the beginning, if you've watched any of my videos, I was slating the Skitarii because they were too human looking. I thought, that's not right.
They didn't look... Looking at the pictures, I think the pictures
didn't do
were
them
very
justice.
deceiving.
That was the problem. When I got the models, I thought, actually, these are pretty nice. I changed my mind completely.
Yeah. But they were very much human though. They were human-esque. But I think since those have come out and the stuff that's come out since, they've been a bit more machine.
Yes, it's gone. And the Dominus that's coming out next week.
Yeah.
Looks very, very cool.
Mm.
I've had to order one, I've no choice.
You had to order one.
You had to order one, you had no choice. I was still behind you.
Yeah, got shouted at.
Order one!
Order that! Order that! Order that!
Right, let's look at this.
That looks like the chassis.
Chassis. Yeah. So there's quite a bit of bits that need to be just taken off. There's a line that runs all the way down these tracks.
Yeah, I did notice that. Mould line.
It's going to take a knife to get off. So I'm back with you whenever. Okay, so those are parts 2 and 3 together. Really simple. Couple up that mould line. It's pretty straightforward really. And now we need to add on part 1. Which is this side, which should just go on like that. It shouldn't be a problem. Get to use some new glue, which we got today as well, which is yay. We not stood there for ages waiting for it to come out of the tube. It comes out in abundance, unfortunately.
More blue than you can shake a stick at.
I know that because I just covered myself in it.
Oh.
I forgot. I've been using that glue for that long now.
You
having to
forgot
force
what
it
had
out.
happened.
I just picked it up and it went everywhere. Right. There is the first part there. Then we have the front facing and the two little, what's one of them? You can see that now, two little hook things. So we'll get them on. Just a note, if people don't know and it's still May and you're watching this a couple of days after this has gone out, the prices in Games Workshop are going up. On glues and paints especially.
Yeah.
I don't know what else is going up, but it's definitely glues and paints. They're all going up by a little bit.
The battle boards might be going up.
The battle boards are definitely going up, which is a shame because I had my eye on one of those city battle boards for a while. And that's going up in price now, so it might not happen now.
The Aegis line's going up as well.
Randomly by
Randomly?
Yeah, don't know why.
No.
Bit of a random thing to go up. So if there's anything you particularly need, get yourself in there and get it quick. Or get it ordered before it goes up. That's my advice. So these little hooks on the front, there's two little slots that they go into, so that's straightforward enough. There we go. I've done that while I've been chatting. And then this bit just fits onto the front. I would hope. Yeah, very easily.
So now we go on to another sprue. I knew this was going to happen.
So yeah. You love it. You love all these sprues. And there is the front on, so just wait for that to dry. But that is the first track section done. So we'll do the others. They all look the same, so well this one looks the same, it's coming up. Part 6 and 7, part 5, parts 13 again, part 8. And that makes 2A. I just check the third one, should be over the leaf. Yeah, there is. Part 10, 11, part 9, 12, two 13s again. And that'll give us the 3 track units. So we'll get to this point with the 3 track units and we will be back with you then. Okay, so the 3 track units are done. They're all the same basically. We have the engines with 3 different engines. There's 32 there, which is a solid 2. It's very orky this bit. It's got 2 different engines there. We've got this engine here, which is made up of parts 34, 35 and 33, which are here and ready to go. And we have this engine here, which is made up of part 36 and 37. And they can go on any of the tracks, so that's great. So this one here needs a bit of cleaning up done on it. Okay, so that flat area there on the back, that'll go on like so. So those 2 little engines are pointing downwards, coming out the back like exhausts. There we go. So we'll stick these together and on, and I'll stop if there's any problems, but this seems pretty straightforward as well. They just plug into those holes and they just go over the two little holes you got there. You got that there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they just go together. Right. So we'll put them together. If there's any problems, I'll be back. Okay, so the engines are stuck on. That's the one I showed you before. There is that one there, which is cool. And there is the other one, which is off to the side, like so. Okay, so they can go to one side. You can probably see by what I've got in the background already, I've decided to go with the breeches. Got a good look at what's in there. I probably will get another set of these and do the longer range versions, the destroyers, when I've got some magnets to magnetise the weapons, because it looks like the end of the grav gun and the end of the plasma culverin could be easily magnetised into the arm socket. So when I've got some magnets that will fit there, I will do that. But for now we'll build the breeches. So I need parts 17 and 16 to make this. It's not really a torso part, it's actually like a bit that turns, like a harness, would I say. This is the torso, parts 14 and 15. And then we've got head 63. We've got a backpack, which is made up of 26 and 27. And then we have this front armour, which is part 64, which is different to the destroyers. They don't have this front armour. And then there's a choice of arms, but we'll get to that in a minute. So I'll do this process and we'll see if there's any problems and get up to the backpack and then I'll be back with you. Okay, it's just a quick update. That is the body and the backpack together. You'll notice there's just wires hanging down. And this is the harness type part there, which is these 2 parts. The main gun will go on here, whichever one you've selected. And then the wires from this dangle down into that recess. Like so, they'll go in there like that. So let's get this guy's head on. Have a look at the detail on the head then, because it's amazing. And there we go. That's totally awesome. All 3 of the guys' heads on these are like, whoa. Definitely some sort of Necron influence. This is the armour plate that the breeches have. So if you were building a destroyer, that's what the front would look like, but this armour plate actually goes over that. That makes the helmet look even cooler actually, I'll show you what I mean. Whoa, that's cool. Because now there's a little wire coming out the front of the helmet, like a little mask, like a Death Guard mask.
Oh.
That's perfect.
There's a guy on here that's got half a head.
Half a head?
Yeah.
Half a
see
head.
him on camera there.
Where is he?
That one there.
Where are you?
One that I've got my finger behind.
There you go.
Yeah, well,
He's so cool.
he's got half a head.
He looks like the Colexus, is it? One of the assassins.
Yes.
But with the smaller attachment. But he's like you say, he's only got half a head as well. Oh my god, yeah, there is a split right down the head.
Yeah.
That is really weird.
It's
because the others like that one, you can see the full head. It's just covered with metal. That guy's literally got half a head.
It's
Amazing.
literally bored into his skull, so he's got half a face and half a head and a Bane-like mask.
So we've got two options. We've got the arc claws or the hydraulic claws. So the hydraulic claws made of part 86, and then it's made of part 89, which is this little claw there. They look like they go together fairly easy. And the arc claw is a single piece. That's part 83.
What's that one there?
So there is the hydraulic claw.
Sorry.
Sorry?
That's the other claw.
That one there.
Yeah.
Cool. So I'll be back with you in one moment. Okay, so I've had a quick look at the rules. I'm going to equip all these guys with hydraulic claws. If you wanted to, you could put a small magnet in there. I'll go in if you want to magnetise these. But bear in mind there's only one shoulder pad area, 74 there. So you'd have an arm which doesn't have a shoulder pad on if you did that, which isn't really a big issue, but as I said, I don't have any small magnets, so I'm actually just going to glue these on because I like the hydraulic claws better anyway. So that's going to go on. What I have done though, I've skipped ahead to part 76 and 75. This is the rear end of the gun, and I have stuck it straight on to this part here. I've done that before. I've stuck this on for a reason, because I've drilled a hole into it and inserted a little bit of brass wire in there. So there we go. So we used the standard Games Workshop drill, and I used some brass garden wire. There we go. You can use brass rod, which is a bit more expensive, but it's sturdy, or you can even use paper clips. You get some of the metal paper clips that don't have any of that rubber. It's like a rubber coating they put on some of them. If you get the normal ones that don't have the rubber coating on, they're just metal. The standard sort of steel ones, you can cut them into very small rods as well for putting things on. So the paper clips are a cheap option and easy to get hold of. But what I've done next, I've gone ahead and I've picked up part 80, which is the arc gun, and I've also picked up parts 77, 78 and 79, which is the torsion cannon, and I've drilled a hole, as you can see there, in there. Be careful if you do this, be careful, because it's in line with those little different segments. So if you're offline or anything, you'll actually come out of the plastic and there'll be a big hole underneath your gun. And all we're going to do is we've glued that in, let that glue dry. That's super glue I've used on that to keep the metal in. And then these just fit on, like so, very snugly actually. So as long as you've measured the hole against the rod that's going in there, please no comments on that. I'm obviously on about this. Stop laughing, Claire. as long as your rod's the correct size, then you won't have any problems. And that one goes on there, like so. And it's not going to fall off either. That's pretty snug, because it's a square fit on there to the square part around there. So that's easy to do. And if you do the destroyers, that's the connection for them. It's slightly larger, but still it goes on the same place. So all you have to do is drill a hole into this frame part where it meets, and it should still go in exactly the same. I haven't tested it, so let me know. If you do that, let me know in the comments if it worked. I mean, when I get some more of these guys, I'll probably try that first, because it's cheaper than buying magnets. Right, so where are we? Because we've skipped about a bit.
I think you need to go back.
So we were really here.
But on the next one.
And we've put that arm together, like so. And we've got this bit on here, so that needs sticking on. So all these need to stick together now.
Yeah, we're on the wrong page.
Are we?
Yeah. It should be on that one.
Should be on that one. Oh, I turned it over, didn't I? Fair enough, it's pretty much the same thing. All three guys have pretty much followed the same path. So there is the body, that will connect onto this. And actually the main bit connects onto the gun arm as opposed to the base part. So we'll get that into place. Right, so something else that I've just discovered, see, in action. The backpack came off while I was doing that. So if you do it this way, leave the backpack off as well until now, and then you can get it on properly. So at least you guys have learned from that mistake that I've just made. He says. Yeah. Like that. So the backpack actually connects to the harness bit as well. So you're best leaving that off, which I didn't do, but you're best leaving that off until you're at this stage where you've got this bit on as well. And then the arm goes on. Where's the arm?
There's the arm.
Yeah. Like I said, you could magnetise this with a small magnet if you want to switch between this and the arc arm, but I'm quite happy just to the hydraulics, I think. As long as this doesn't fall out of my hands or anything daft. There is that assembly. Which brings us back up to date and back up to this bit, which is some more front armour, part 65, the shoulder pad, which is part 66 in this one. And now we've got armour that goes on the tracks. I was umming and ahhing about putting this on, but I am going to put it on. And after the video I'll probably cut the Mechanicum symbol off for the Dark Mechanicum. It means I can put some like weird rust effects on there and stuff if I decide to. So I will put this top part together. The tracks consist of 91, 90, and then there's two front pieces, 97 and 96. It's kind of like a tank track, it's like the Chimera or something, smaller version. That just seems to fit over there, like so. And there's a little part there which will go onto this wheel. So that should be straightforward enough. So I'll do all that and I shall be back if there's any problems. Okay, so this is where we're at. Here he is so far. Looking very cool, liking this a lot. You can see all the conversion ideas going through my head, turning him into Dark Mechanicum. I also thought you could use it as an orc if you wanted. Have half a war boss on top of that, that's pretty cool, or a mech, big mech. Those tracks look so cool. Right. So we have done this bit, and then we're on to part 10, which is the next guy. So it's parts 21, 20, 18 and 19, 67 for the head, 29 and 28 for the backpack, and then we've got the claw parts 87 and 89, the front shield 68. And we'll move down to this bit where we've got 69 on this front shield. The tracks are 99, 98, 93 and 92. And then we'll be at this place here. And then there's a third guy. Just run through the parts. 25, 24, 22, 23, 71, 31, 30, 72, 88, 89. 73 for the front shield, 74 for the shoulder, 95, 94, 101 and 100. And then we'll go up to the guns. So, and we'll get these two guys in the same place as this one. and then I'll be back with you, and if there's any problems in between I shall let you know. Okay, so just to show you briefly what I did last time. That's the cradle area. That's part 74 and 75, was it? Or 75 and 76?
75 and 76.
Together, which are on the next page. I'll show you them on the last one. But there they are, stuck together. It's just two sides. That goes onto there. Like so. So get this in the position you want it in now. Like that. And then when that's dry, you can drill a hole into that area. There. And then once that's drilled, it will look like that. You put a little brass rod in. As simple as that. So I'll be back with you once they're all together. Okay, so all three guys are now at this stage. Like so. And these parts, as I said, were 75 and 76, and then we have the gun parts, which are all 80, so that's 3 80s. Which are these, which I've all drilled a hole back into, so that's the arc gun, and they'll fit onto the pegs. The next thing is these pipes, which consists of part 82 and 81, 82 and 81. Looks like they're all the same one, regardless. Which is good. So they just need going on. So this is an 82 and that's an 81. So a bit fiddly, but there we go. They go on like that. And then they seem to attach to the power plant backpack part and underneath the gun. So, alright, so they go underneath where the AdMech symbol is there, and then there's a little bit underneath the gun where it can slide onto. So I shall put them on because it's going to be a bit fiddly off camera, and I'll be back with you in a second. Okay, so there we go. So that's where the wire goes. You can see it there. And I would suggest sticking that on when you put the body together and before you glue the body to the actual tracks, because it would be much easier to stick on then. I think Games Workshop's trolling us for this. There we go. Okay, so next comes these little hand things. So 57, 58 and 59.
They are optional if you want to put them on or not, because they're different ones for different guns.
Alright, are they?
Yeah, those are the little claw things for that gun.
Yeah.
And those are little hand guns for that gun.
Like you say, they're optional. I'm going to stick some on. I'll stick the claw ones on.
Which one's that one or that one?
These ones look creepier.
Okay. Just going to cut out.
Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, so there they are with their little hands. There you go. T-Rex hands. Okay, so I've also put the arc guns on just so you can see what it looks like complete. Like so. And then they'll go on the bases, but I'll probably paint them before I base them, because they take up quite a lot of the base themselves. So, there we go. So those are the breeches. And we can swizzle the guns around with the torsion cannons at will. So there we go, not bad. So I personally really like this kit. What do you think?
Yeah, nice kit. Yeah, interesting models.
Yep. I think there's a lot of, as I said before, a lot of conversion opportunity with them. The looks especially come to mind, and obviously Chaos. Those are the two that come to mind. There's probably other things as well you can use those tracks for, or even the Borg-like top parts. They're very cool. I like them. I like them a lot. So
they're pretty characterful.
They're very characterful. Can't think of much else like it in 40k, to be fair. Maybe the grot tanks or something like that from Potg. Can't think of much else like them. I like that. They're quite unique. This is what I want to see from the Mechanicum, because this is the kind of stuff you imagine when you read the books or when they tell you about them. You imagine these things that have vaguely any humanity left about them. Certainly more machine than man. And these guys will be twisted and evil as well, because they're going to be Dark Mechanicum. Not that the normal Mechanicum isn't twisted and evil, it probably is. There we go. So, I hope you've enjoyed this week. Next week we have these guys from White Dwarf. So we're going to have the Dominus, we're going to have a box of these. So leave in the comments where you think we should build them with the Darth Maul twin Hitty Hitties or the lightning gloves like the Emperor Palpatine. So Star Warsy Darth Maul or Star Warsy Emperor Palpatine. You pick. So if you've read the White Dwarf, you'll see that I'll show you briefly. There's either these guys, the electoral priests, who can fire lightning from their hands, only 12 inches, but it's still cool. Or we've got the Fulgurite priests, who can basically siphon vigour from enemies. So tell me which one you think suits the Dark Mechanicum most. I'll probably put them together like that then. So where you think the Emperor Sidious shooting lightning or Darth Maul is more evil, basically, in other words. But that's brilliant. So they're next week, along with the Cult Mechanicum leader. And it looks like there's a few options for him as well. There's a different head, and we've got different guns as well. So that'll be quite interesting to see. Also next week we'll have the Codex, Cult Mechanicus Codex, and the cards as well. We managed to order all them today, so they'll definitely be here next week. So I look forward to doing that, and I hope you're looking forward to seeing that. I hope you'll join us again next week. But for now, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope it's been informative about the kit, and I hope you can see that you can actually use multiple weapons. You don't have to get stuck with one. I think the destroyers will be exactly the same. They've just got a slightly bigger fitting, but failing that, small magnets should do it. And great. So please like and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Helps out loads if you do that. Like the video if you haven't liked it. That helps out as well. And hopefully we'll see you again.
See you soon.
Bye for now.
Bye.